hello, hello.
Meet the performers, the seven formers.
We are presenting the sonnet. Our B is the bonnet.
Sonnets are they songs?
A sonnet is a type of poem that has 14 lines, a particular rhyme scheme, and iambic meter.
The word sonnet comes from the Italian word sonetta,
And what does it mean?
literally little song.
So sonnets can definitely sound melodic.
They are often made into songs.
Александр Сергеевич Пушкин. Суровый Дант не презирал сонета, в нем жар любви Петрарка изливал. Игру его любил творец Макбета, им скорбную мысль Камоэнс облекал.
И в наши дни пленяет он поэта. Вордсворт его орудием избрал, когда вдали от суетного света природы он рисует идеал.
Под тенью гор Тавриды отдаленной певец Литвы в размер его стесненный свои мечты мгновенно заключал.
У нас еще его не знали девы, как для него уж Дельвин забывал экзаметр священные напевы.
William Wordsworth. Scorn not the sonnet, critic you have frowned, mindless of its just honors.
With this key, Shakespeare unlocked his heart. The melody of the small lute gave it to Petrarch's wood.
The sonnet was invented in the Middle Ages and was popularized during the Renaissance. Since then, the sonnet form has been used by many poets in many languages.
Poets have found many ways to use it to say what they want to say. It's been a love poem, an elegy, a nature poem, a philosophical poem, a poem of remembrance, a joke, and much else. It's unique.
Technically, the sonnet is thought to have been invented in the Middle Ages under the influence of the love poetry of Provençal troubadours.
The sonnet was popularized by a 14th century humanist scholar and poet Francesco Petrarca. His sonnets are addressed to his idealized beloved, Laura.
He established the Petrarchan sonnet. The first 8 lines, the octave, state a problem, ask a question, or express an emotional tension. The last 9 lines answer the question, resolve a problem, or relieve the tension. Also, there is often a term at the beginning of the sestet.
Benedette sia il giorno, e il mese e l'anno, e la stagione, e il tempo, e l'ora e il punto, e il bel paese, e l'ora ovie fui giunte, da due belli che le gatto m'hanno.
E benedette il primo dolce afano che ebbe ad esser con amor congiunta, e l'arco e la sieta onde fui punta, e le piaci che infine al cor mi vanno.
Benedette le bocche tante ch'io, chiamando il nome donna sparte, e i sospiri, e lagrime, e il desio.
E benedette sian tutte le carte, ov'io fama e le quiste il penser mia, che sol di lei sì ch'altra non va parte.
Mentre sono fatti i fiumi e i ruscelli gli sere di cuore ora la freddura. Vestiti sono i monti e la pianura di bianca neve, nudi gli arbuscelli. Le erbette morte e non cantano gli uccelli per la stagione, contraria alla natura. Vorrei soffia ed ogni creatura sta chiusa per la freddo nesso a ostello. Ed io, dolente, solo arde ed incendo in tanto fuoco, che quel di vulcano a rispetto non ne fa vivo. E giorno e notte che ero, aggiunta mano, alquanto d'acqua al mio signor, piangendo, ne posso impetrar sol una stilla. Tanto gentile e tanto onesta pare la donna mia quando ella altrui saluta, con le lingue de ven, tremando, muta, e le occhi inallargiscono di guardare, e la si va sentendosi laudare, benignamente d'umiltà vestuta, e par che sia una cosa venuta, da cielo in terra a miracolo mostrare, mostrarsi sì piacente a chi la mira, e che pare che sia agli occhi una dolcenza al cuore, che intender non la può, che non le prova, e par che sia una labbia e si muova, un spirito soave pien d'amore, che va dicendo all'anima sospira.
But what about other European countries and their literature?
The Petrarchan sonnet became a major influence on European poetry. It soon spread in Spain, Portugal, and France, and in other literatures.
In the 16th century, the sonnet was also popular in France. We should remember La Pléiade and Pierre de Ronsard, prince of poets and poet of princes.
Je vous invente de bouquets que maman vient de trier le fleurs épanouies, qui ne les a assouvés par cueillis. Chutes à terre et les flux sourdement. Cela vous soit un exemple certain, qui vous beauté, bien qu'il ait soit fleuri. Un peu de temps, seront toutes flétries, et comme fleurs, péreront tout soudain.
Le temps s'en va, madame. Là, le temps. Non, mais nous en allons. Et des seront attendus sous la langue, et des amours desquels nous parlons.
Je voudrais bien, richement gémissant, un puits d'or, goutte à goutte descendre, dans les bossons de ma belle Cassandre. L'heure qu'en ses yeux le sang va glissant, je voudrais bien un terreau blanchissant, me transformer pour finement le prendre, quand on avril par l'air le plus tendre. Elle va fleur, mille fleurs revissant.
Je voudrais bien alléger. Je voudrais bien alléger ma peine. Je voudrais bien alléger ma peine. Être un narcisse et elle, une fontaine, pour m'y plonger une nuit à ce jour. Et voudrais bien que cette nuit encore durera toujours, sans que jamais l'aurore, pour m'éveiller, ne ralluma le jour.
At the same time, the sonnet flourished in Spain. Let's listen to the charming Lope de Vega's poems.
Esto es amor. Desmayarse, atreverse, estar furioso, áspero, tierno, liberal, esquivo, alentado, mortal, difunto, vivo, leal y traidor, cobarde, animoso, no hablar fuera del bien centro y reposo, mostrarse alegre, triste, humilde, altivo, enojado, valiente, fugitivo, satisfecho, ofendido, receloso, fuir el rostro al claro desengaño, beber veneno por licor suave, olvidar el provecho, amar el daño, creer que un cielo en un infierno cabe, dar la vida y el alma a un desengaño. Esto es amor, quien lo probó lo sabe.
Un soneto me manda a ser violante, que en mi vida me ha visto en telepreto. 14 versos dicen que es soneto, un burlo burlando con los tres delante. Yo pensé que no hallara consonante y estoy a la mitad de otro cuarteto, mas si me veo en el primer terceto, no hay cosa en los cuartetos delante.
Por el primer terceto voy entrando y parece que entré con pie derecho. Pues fin con este verso lo voy dando. Ya estoy en el segundo y aún sospecho que voy los 13 versos acabando. Candarse son 14 y está hecho.
As for Germany, it developed the sonnet tradition in the 17th century and continued later too.
The son
August Wilhelm Schlegel. Zwei Heime heiß ich viermal kehren wieder und stelle sie geteilt in gleiche Heim. Das hier und dort zwei eingefasst von zweien im Doppelchore schweben auf und nieder.
Dann fliegt des Gleichlauts geht die zwei Glieder. Die Chwae wechseln jegliches Vertrauen. In solcher Ordnung solcher Zeit gedeihen die zartesten und stolzesten der Lieder.
Dann werde ich nie mit meinen Zeilen kränzen, dem eitler Spielerei mein Wesen dunkel, und eigen sind die künstlichen Gesetze. Doch, wenn man mir geheimer Zauber winkelt, dem leik ich hocher, fühle Mengen Grenzen und reines Ebenmaß der Gegensätze.
The sonnet arrived in English literature in the 16th century.
Die Sonette an Orpheus sei allem Abschied vorn, als wäre ich hinter dir, wie der Ritter der Eben blickt. Unter dem Winter ist eine so endlos Winter, das überwintert dein Herz überhaupt übersteht. Sei immer dort in eure Diege, zum Gende Steine, Präsente steige zurück in den reinen Bezug. Hier unter schwindenden Seil, im Reich der Neige, sein klingendes Glas, das sich im Klang schon zerschlägt. Sei und wisse zugleich in dessen Bedingung, den unlichen Grund einer innigen Schwingung.
The sonnet arrived in English literature in 16th century. There were so many gifted poets in England that it was called a nest of singing birds. Even Queen Elizabeth I wrote poetry.
First, they followed Petrarchan or Italian sonnet type.
But then one of the poets, Henry Howard, Earl of Surrey, introduced the English poem, which is composed of 3 quatrains and is ended with a rhymed couplet. Then this poem was named the English or Shakespearean sonnet.
Few poems indeed, few literary works in general, challenge, thrill, and reward as Shakespeare's sonnets.
William Shakespeare's sonnets are often breathtaking, disturbing, and sometimes puzzling in their meanings.
As sonnets, the main theme is love, but they also reflect upon time, art, relationships, change, and the gap between the ideal and the real.
We see 3 characters in them: the poet, his young friend, and the dark lady.
Let's just set one of them.
Okay, sonnet 18.
Shall I compare thee to the summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate, rough winds to shake the darling buds of May, and summer's lease hath all too short a date. Sometimes too hot the eye of heaven shines, and often is his gold complexion dimmed, and every fair from fair sometimes declines, by chance or nature's changing course untrimmed. But thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fair thou owest, nor shall death break thou wantest in its shade, when in eternal lines into time thou growest. So long as man can breathe or eye can see, so long live this, and this gives life to thee.
Now about time and art.
Sonnet 55.
No marble, not the gilded monuments of princes shall outlive this powerful rhyme. But you shall shine, more bright in these contents, than asphalt stone, besmeared with sluggish time.
When wasteful war should state you so return, and broils retort the work of masonry, no Mars resort, no war's quick fire shall burn the living record of your memory.
Against death and all oblivious enmity shall you pass forth. Your praise shall still find room.
Even in the eyes of all posterity that wear this world out to the ending doom. So, till the judgment that yourself arise,
You live in bliss and dwell in lovers' eyes.
And now a rose sonnet, sonnet 54.
By that sweet ornament which truth doth give. The rose looks fair, but fair we deem for that sweet ornament which doth in it live. The king her blooms her full as deep a dye as the perfume tincture of the roses. Hang on such thorns and play as wantonly, when summoned breath thy masked buds discloses. But for their virtue only ether show. They live unwooed and unrespected fate, die to themselves. Sweet roses do not so. Of their sweet deaths, the sweetest orders make. And so of you, beauteous and lovely youth, when that shall fade, my verse distills your truth.
Now an anti-romantic sonnet, sonnet 130.
my mistress' eyes are nothing like the sun. Coral is far more red than her lips are red.
It's not be white, white than her lips, white than her breasts are dark.
If hairs be wires, black wires grow on her head.
I have seen roses damasked red and white,
but no such roses see I in her cheeks. And in some perfumes is the more delight than in a breath that for my mistress reads.
I love to hear her speak, yet will I know
that music had a far more pleasing sound.
I grant I never saw a godless girl.
My mistress, when she treads on the ground, and yet, by heaven, I live, my love is rare, as any she be like with false compare.
To behold deserter beggar born, and needing nothing, drinking jolly tea, and you respect unhappily forsworn, and you with love and shameful in his place, and maiden virtue rudely trumpeted, and like a fair.
Sonnets of all ages in all languages.
But don't you think the sonnet is now outdated?
No, not at all.
Modern sonnets!
Sundays too, my father got up early and put his clothes on in the blue black coat. Then, with cracked hands that ached from labor in the weekday weather, made big fires blaze. No one ever thanked him. I'd wake and hear the cold, splintering, breaking. When the rooms were warm, he'd call, and slowly I would rise and dress, fearing the chronic angers of that house, speaking indifferently to him, who had driven out the cold and polished my good shoes as well. What did I know?
How easily it goes unless you get there is a beat. Insist the iambic bongest must be played, and rhymes positioned at the ends of lines, one for every station of the cross. But hang on here while we make the turn into the final six, where all will be resolved, where longing and heartache will find an end, where lore will tell Petrarch to put down his pen, take off those crazy medieval tights, blow out the lights, and come at last to bed. My high school life has left me without sleep. I studied every night, locked in my room. The loneliness does cause my soul to weep. The walls at times feel almost like a tomb. My social life has vanished in the haze that drifts about me when I think of love. And hours do creep by in the glory days, with hope of romance stolen from above. My health is really starting to erode. I cannot walk and talk as I must pant and wheeze, because my body cannot the load endure. And as to run, well, I just can't. So, from the doctor, I must seek some help. I bet he will suggest I eat some kelp.
My glass can quite persuade me I'm old. In that respect, my aging eyes are kind. But when I see a photograph, I'm told the dismal truth. I've left my youth.
And when I try to get up from a chair, my knees remind me they're past their best. The burden they have carried everywhere is heavier now.
No wonder they protest. Arthritic fingers, problematic neck, sometimes causing mild to moderate pain.
Could well persuade me. I'm an ancient wreck. But here's what helps me to feel young again.
My love, who fell for me so long ago,
Still loves me just as much and tells me so.
Україні.